So now, welcome back to CLO3D Basic Series, where you will be learning CLO3D from basic to advanced level. Because my methods are slightly different than what I usually do. They never repeat, so stay until the end. So basically, today's topic we are going to be seeing is we are going to be seeing an Indian wear. It can be a patiala or it can be, a churidar or something like that. I'll show you the reference. Mm, like something that I made when I was learning back then. If you are familiar with my works, you should have seen something like this, right? Mm, or this. We can do either of them. So, not a big deal. So, what our avatar is ready, and I will hit H on keyboard, which is polygon tool, your basic polygon tool, and I'll start drafting the bodice which we need. For this tutorial, we will be going with Anarkali, and I'll show you how to drape with, how to drape some dupattas over here on the cloth. So you can get started with your Indian fusions or Indian wear like me. It's up to you. Unfold with symmetric editing. Now that shape is not nice, we'll adjust the pointers. Okay. Since we wanted a perfect look of the bodice, nothing too fancy, very regular methods only. Let it come. So I'll shift F because I have been not practicing it. If you not if you will not practice with both methods, you will forget how to use them. So yes, after hitting spacebar, my garment is ready. Okay, so let's add some sleeves. Import, add AI PDF and sleeve. I'll unfold this one. Wait, before you unfold it, make sure you adjust the sleeve cap according to your preference. Okay, let it be like that. Unfold. So that we have this sleeve shape very smooth and like that. If you're stitching like this also, there is, yep, you need to stitch it with N. Now after that it is completed and we will stitch this to this. Now keep in mind that what sleeve are you going for? Like you want a rushed effect on the bottom of the sleeve. So what we will do is I'll delete this point and I'll drag the sleeve. so that we can get some gathers in that. So how do we do that? Mm, have you heard any pleated sleeves? Today we will be doing that. Offset as internal lines. Choose the number of offsets which you are comfortable with. For demonstration, I'll go with 1 inch, 1 inch, not 0.01 raise. It's 1. Yeah, there you go. Okay, my number lock on. Okay. Now I want of 5 offsets. Okay. Now we have that offsets. Now till where you want your pleats fold. From here to here. I want some accordion pleats and we will stitch it with the help of M. Okay, first line. Okay, let's go this way. Take this and connect to this to this, so that you can get that effect. Okay, now when we have that, when we reduce the particle distance to 10 or 8, there you see we have that going on. Or else you can edit these points by dragging and selecting them. The whole thing is getting selected, so let's leave it that way. So let's suppose say you want a sleeve from top, up from top, sorry. So there is nothing you could do, just increase the cap size, sleeve cap size, and reshape the armhole thing again. You have that slight raised puff and increase according to your taste. Yes, you see that rushed sleeve is there. If you increase more, you will get more roches, but okay, let it be. It is looking kind of cute though. Okay, Control C and Control D for the other side because we don't need to stitch anything. So after that, when you're done, the sleeves this way will cause, let me set it on the particle distance 5. Yes, that is so cute. Now what about the neckline then? What do you guys want for the necklines? Comment down below. I personally like, for a change, let's do some katori blouse thing in a dress. Okay, how I'll do that is I'll take G and I'll give an illusion of cape first. Okay, once that is created, I'm talking about this thing. Okay, once that is created, we are going to um, I I will give something like this. Okay, let's do that Katori style only. While shaping your thing, keep in mind that this is a very, then convert it into a curve point so that there is a smooth transition between these two. And after that, hit G and draw a line again and extend that curve somewhat like this. And there are no specific measurements for this, so that keep in mind. It'll give that Sabyasachi look, blouse look. Cut and sew. I failed to cut some patterns. First, let's cut this. I'm deleting this line, bro. See, there are several do's and don'ts in Indian wear, so learn from the process. It happens with me whole time. Cut and sew. Why, what is wrong? Okay, let's zoom in and check what is wrong. Okay, now we can cut. We have to cut it at a time. Now this is the cape illusion thing. Now when you simulate that, you have a kind of this thing going on, see, around the bust. So after that, you can see if you want more deep, you can do that too. Yes, and increase the curve. We don't want parts to see through. That ensue. Okay. Now, as you know, I will be applying a transparent fabric. I don't like to delete any of my patterns. Now, see that? Those are for sleeves. So, we are going to add a fabric. I'm going to turn the opacity down and we are going to put it here. Let's assign this. See that. Okay. You can either keep it like this or you can give it that high neck or back keyhole, whatever you want. I'm keeping a high neck. It'll give some extra support since it is the puff sleeve one. So if you are doing it with normal, then that's a very big yes. Since it is the dress, I'll cut and sew this. I'll remove the sewing between these two, delete sewing, and head to the zipper because finishings are more important than you think. Since I have the zipper tool now, if you don't know how to use this, I have a tutorial related to that. You can go and watch that first and then this. Double click to complete. the zipper one side, and the second one is also the same. Double click to complete it. Now, if you are adding a zipper, the things you should be knowing is, are you happy with your zipper? So, for example, there are very uh, invisible textures, and you can use some kind of zipper heads. If you select the zip, or if you use the gizmo and select the zipper, I want some short ones. I don't want this big. I'll change it to small one. I don't want this one, and I want the conceal zipper one. Now, if you are going some things like mine, I'm thinking of somewhat dark green to, you know, produce. So, how will I change the color? So many students have this doubt. So, go down where you can see um, with your zipper tool, this tool right here. What is this tool called? Edit zipper. Now, go to that selected property editor, which one you have selected. Now the teeth type are plastic. We don't want that. I want some metal teeth. So when you are there, you can see that. And after that, when you go here only in material, tape also you can see if your fabric is shiny, you you can choose some shiny fabric. If yours is matte, you can keep it matte. Everything has its own fabric property, so keep playing with that. Let me show you how to change the color. As you change for your garments, let's say I am making a very dark green color. Okay, if you select that green, more of a dark green, and there you go. If you want the teeth also to change that, you will take your gizmo tool and select on the zipper and um, select on not the teeth one. This is to change the color of the zipper. Now drag this the side and use your eyedropper tool to mimic the color, the same color. Okay. Now your zipper tool is on fabric matte. We want it on metal. Then we can change the color. Select your zipper and use your eyedropper tool to drop that color and apply and close. Okay, it'll give a more finished look for your finishings. And for teeth also, you have to take your zipper and f- scroll down until you find these teeth. And then there is this color option above the opacity. You go there, use your eyedropper tool, and done. Apply and close. Like if you want to give the whole thing green. Can you see? Okay. Since it is a dress, we are going to be needing a pant, right? To draft those, simple. use H, um, or you can put some existing pants, your basic trouser pattern draft, or something like that. I like to draft and I like to get more familiar with the tools. So mm, you can choose whatever is easy for you. For me, it is Control C and Control R. On the top line, select both and offset as internal line. We will be needing only 1 inch belts. So we will be copying those and we will be hitting Control C and Control B again for the back patterns. Okay. Now when we are done, observe the stitching. This to this one, this to this one, and this to this to this. Check whether they are coming or not. See, I told you. This is to show you that I am also not forget. I am also not perfect in this. Just a friendly way. Delete sewing. If you concentrate on the 2D window, press N and okay. We have to concentrate on the 3D window itself because there is no much gap. Excuse me. Select that. Okay. The stitched was right. And join hip to hip, here to here, and then inside. This to this and this to this. Our stitching is complete. After stitching, we are going to cut the belt from the pant. Okay. Yes. Pull up. We don't need this much low pant, so before cutting the pant, make sure that you're happy with the height, and I'm selecting edit pattern and I'm selecting all the lines and I'm pressing up arrow to increase that sizes. Yes. Okay. I am going to delete this previous things that we have given. Delete. Offset as internal lines count 1 inch. Same counts with others as well. I'm not editing any of the process. I will be uploading like that only. So what I did will make you clear, understand very clearly. So cut and sew. Therefore, our pant is ready. From down, if you want to decrease, you can decrease it. I'll select every line and I'll keep sure that yes, that is the correct height we are looking for. The fitting is perfect. First, you need to understand that. So now, after we complete everything, we will freeze everything. Okay, freeze it because you don't want your garment to get, uh, you know, collision while you're doing your umbrella skirt or something. If you want, there are two methods that you can do. Take your ellipse tool, which shortcut is on E on the keyboard, and make a big circle out of it. And to get the to get that correct placement on the avatar, okay, make sure that it is in the center. Okay, like this. Now select R, which is radius. Yes. Now that became too big. Adjust it. Make it more small. So there is one way without convert into the hole, and it will automatically convert this into a hole. Now with N, you stitch the down part, which is the yoke thing, on this thing, and you stitch it like this, and after that you just drag down the whole thing and then simulate it. The chaos won't happen. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Now, if you want your circle to be more, dramatic and voluminous, what you can do is from the property editor, select your fabric and go to trim hardware. Don't use your trim grain leather fabric because it will, or else while simulating only, you can strengthen this thing and not default for simulation. You can use some trim hardware and then you simulate this. It will come in a way that you want. See that. If I move further, okay, yes. Now, when you unstrengthen this thing, the drape will look something like this. But I want that. So in render, it won't appear. You can. Basic problem with this strengthening is you can not see that the graphic, what graphic that you have applied. See that? If you use your trim grain leather fabric, let's assign this fabric first. It will give that goofy effect for your, garment. In real life, Anarkalis won't look like that anyway. So, what I'll do, I'll change this thing to trim hardware. It is a pretty good, if you are using some can cane on underskirts, it will give like that effects. So let's apply some print. Okay. So for fabric one, if you stop some simulation, you will notice that your fabric is plain. We need something. So I downloaded this pretty texture. See that? Going for very some Indian vibes. Okay. If I lengthen, if I unfreeze this thing, let's unfreeze. Now you can see that um my graphic is not in a very good state. So I'll wide it up. Yep. So for this also you can do something like this, or you can keep it something like that. Okay. It's up to you which part of the thing you want to choose. I wanted this big border only, so I'll post this on my Instagram. You see, or else you can keep this as green only. I'll size down and I'll keep this thing here. And yes, see that? It depends on how you adjust your print. So, for example, in this case, I don't have a normal map. What does the normal map do? And I'm changing this thing to silky satin. Okay, we have that texture. Now you can see there is some rays in this comment print, right? Now when you use the render window, this is how I like my garments to be seen, because in Indian wear, what will happen is the texture will come like this only because it is the woven fabric. If you want to see the back, I know, it is looking a bit shabby, but I'll change the color of the zipper. Then it'll look great. So when you see that, that will come into mind. I'll put some fabric to sleeves and apply the same texture. Same thing with the sleeves as well. You have to make it shiny because in India this is the most I think I might fell in love with this one. My idea for it has changed. I'm not using a circular skirt. I have a very own method that I use for my Indian garments. Something like this. Because while you're adjusting your pattern, it might be tricky. Okay, I'll use square. Like I don't want much flare in my garment. So on I will assign this. Okay. I wanted this to be this one, and I'll increase the graphic scale to fit that vibe. Okay, good. Set it according to your need. In my case, it needs a bit more shaping. So you can turn this into a sari as well. You can turn this into a anarkali as well. Oh, sorry. This is transparent one. I need to add one more for pants. Pants will be somewhat in pink color. I am going for Indo-Western look, so I will keep the front part open. In any way, it is not related now. So I will split this part into two, uniform split by two, and when I use N for stitching my front, I set it for default simulation. There you go. It is up to you, whichever you want. Since it is on 20, it is looking a bit, ugly. If I set it on 10, I'll copy this piece to back as well. But when you do it at the back, it will increase the length of the uh, this thing. I'll show you. Where is my kissing? Let's turn this thing this side. And most Indian garments are made of either gathers or circular skirt methods, or you can use some tunics as a reference. See, the top fabric doesn't have any strength, so we are going to give it some. Now see, if I'm giving that transparent fabric also the same amount of volume that we have used for our um, fabric, it'll just simulate it better, more better actually, and adjust according to the bust. I feel like this is killing the vibe, so I am going to rearrange my graphics so that it could align more well. You can make your border big, yeah, something like that. See, it depends upon how you feel. Now you might ask me, will you use the same print for um this dupatta thing? Yes, I'm going to use the same print, but in a different way. I'll tell you how. If I pause the simulation and I select the fabric 5 and go to color and I give this one, so we will have the pant color done. Since it is not shiny, we have to make it shiny. We are done. You can see if this is okay, we will move forward. Honestly, if you on your soft body simulation, it will make it more worse. So don't on it. And now for the dupatta, what we are going to do is make sure that you are ready for done with your makeup before you start with your garments, because I do. And if you're using my methods, please do tag me. I want to see your works. Okay. Now let's keep that part aside, and we are going to add one more fabric and create this much length. We'll see if it is enough or not. It is not enough. We have to, yes, that would be enough. Not more tall, not more sharp. Okay, just keep it till Avtar's hand. Yes, I need to scale up a little bit. Yeah. Now using your tag on Avtar. This is your tag tool and this is your tag on Avtar tool. Tag it on her. After simulating with this, we can see where to put the tags again. As it will collide with the garment, it will have some effect. A very modest and that kind of vibe. So we will add a tag at the back. After that completing, now we are going to remove that. We are going to remove that, and we will see how to add some borders and how to add some, prints to the thing. In my case, since this is a very similar border, what will I do is I will offset an internal line for 20 inches. Okay, same thing with the back. Same thing with the back at 20 inches. Now I will cut and sew. This will become the big border. Now let's add in another fabric and assign that fabric first. After assigning that fabric, we will repeat the same texture to it, but the pink part only. Okay. If you're making it too big, um, I don't prefer that. Okay. I will do something like this, and I will do something like this. So in middle we can adjust that fabric, but this will be more sharp than I thought. I'll do it till here. Give it till there and stitch it. And you can increase this part how much ever you want, because that is the border thing. I have shrunk it and I wanted to know that you to know that it is normal if you're seeing something like this, and that I don't recommend using a GPS simulation. I don't use GPS simulation very often. In rare cases I will use it, because it will not get out normally like this. It will be sticky. So let it come. It will take some time. You have to remember one thing is you are uh, tweaking the patterns that you already know. Keep that in mind. And I'll pause the thing and you know, I'll put this thing. Now, since it is there, now for this one, we have to adjust that green thing, or else we can do something like this as well. We'll make it somewhat transparent and generate the normal map. I will place it to silky satin and generate the opacity somewhat down. Okay, after that, you can see, or if you don't like that, you can have some very big ones, but I don't prefer. Or else you can have delete the texture and you can have that pink color plain dupatta. Since your border is already there, I will take this pink and I'll give that. So it will give that more natural vibe to it. So after that, check which normal maps are not being done and increase the texture thing, and it should be the same with whenever you have assigned a texture, and it should look the same. It should look something raised like this. So let me give it a pause. Wait. Okay. For shoes, I'm going to be going with these strappy heels because they match, and Let's go and give her a pose. Hmm, something like this. I tweaked a little more and it is giving very nice vibes. So after that, it is time to see how it will look in render. So this was what we were talking about and restart the rendering. I'll set the orientation to 19 by 20 and I'll zoom in for details. See that. You have an anarkali with puff sleeves and a dupatta, you know. What I'll do, adjust this fabric then. Okay. Okay, I have set it. Let's zoom in for details. See the quality with a 3D window and your renders. Let it render. And if you change the light settings also, you can. Let's shift to the White House. Transparent lights. Tile Street. So if you increase your intensity, the change of the shadow and the depth of the garment will come to life. I'll render images for my Instagram post, which is let's give a custom dimension 1080 by 1080. So let it be like this one. Let it render and save the current image. When you're satisfied with one, you would hit that and I'll say it as 1, 2, 3. A random name. Don't worry. Now for the details, zoom in I have never done this, so it looks a little bit weird. I wanted to highlight. Like, this is matte. Nah, yes. You have to detailedly capture each and every, detail of the garment. I'm saving it with random numbers, so you can save it with whatever name you want. But I'll be posting this on Instagram. Do check out. I did this one. Okay. Thank you for joining and hope you understood how it is done. And this is the way I make my Indian garments. And if you need any specific tutorial, feel free to reach out me on my Instagram. The link is in my YouTube channel. Do follow, like, and subscribe to my Instagram and YouTube. Thank you.